All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Top Grappler Wrestling Podcast. We're here with your host, Bearded Beanie Guy, and my guy, my man, my boy, my brother, the most ragiest motherfucker ever. Rage King is in the house, being here to talk about the return of Freddie Fiend last night at really I'm calling him Freddie Fiend because that's what it looked like to me when he came and was drugging his ass, burn ass hand. That's the first thing I thought about. As soon as he pulled his hand through the damn ring, I was like, this motherfucker look like Freddy Krueger, bro. He gonna come out this bitch with a hat on and everything. Nigga, surprise, bitches. You know what I'm saying? But the Fiend made his return last night. We're gonna talk about the controversial ending to the Universal Championship match, and we're gonna talk about that brutal match between Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. For that's the top subjects, but we're gonna talk about tonight. We're gonna pretty much glance over everything else that happened because it feels like to me that every other match in this pay-per-view was just thrown together to fulfill it. You know what I mean? So I know we missed last week's shows, AEW and SmackDown and whatnot, but being as we were just moving into a pay-per-view, we figured, I mean AEW, we can touch on that right there. Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker, definitely the match of the week, definitely a match of the year nomination. Those two ladies brought the house down. I profess that on the YouTube page and Twitter's. Let them know, man. Look, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? When you usually see women in matches and they all, sketchy and shit. Trying, you can see it and it makes the match look bad. Last night, those two ladies put it all on the line, and that night, Wednesday night, they put it all on the line, and yeah, it was a damn good match. So congratulations to you two. Even congratulations to Thunder Rosa for coming out on the victory, which God, it has to set her up for a title shot against Sheeta. Because Sheeta
a title win too.
Yeah, because Sheeta was watching that match. So yeah, I'm sure that's gonna lead to a title match down the line with that. So moving in, we had the kickoff show, which started off with Ali and Riddle, which Riddle picked up the win. Of course, we knew that. Like, I would have loved to see Ali pick up the win here, but we know Riddle was gonna pick up the win. We know McMahon is hot on Riddle right now, so we expected that. I mean, what you think about that one, man?
Honestly, like I said before in the earlier podcast, I think it's just the only reason why I would be cool with Mustafa Ali not winning right now is if they set him up for a WrestleMania moment. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I can see him getting put over at WrestleMania and finally getting over that hump if they build him right going into WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? Don't have him looking like a fool going into it. Make him look like a strong, definite candidate, and please make Retribution something relevant or just toss the group aside already.
Yeah,
please.
Yeah. Now, speaking of bad build, we're gonna go ahead and move into the next match. Well, it probably was the next match on the card, but it's the next match that I like to talk about because the segue was perfect. We're gonna talk about the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match between Baszler, Nia Jax, and Sasha and Belair. Now, when I say the words bad build, I say them not loosely at all. The build that these two women have had since Bianca Belair has won the Royal Rumble has been absolute shit. It was all right for that first month. She was getting a little shine here, but just from that moment forward, it was like, okay, so when are y'all actually gonna start beefing? Because we know damn well Bianca Belair ain't this cool. You know what I'm saying? It's up to this moment, everything that she has been false represented. You know what I'm saying? She's not being Bianca Belair. You are in line for what you have worked for. You are finally at that moment where you can take over this division. To hell with that. Sasha, I don't know what was even going on with that. She should have, I know she was just still being a face right now. You know what I mean? But one of them had to drop heel. Now, in my opinion, they both are good heels. They both are better heels than faces. But if I had to say that I wanted to see anybody go heel, I'd have to say that I want Bianca to say fuck this and go heel. You
Yeah.
know, like this whole situation. Oh, we friends. You told me now I'm having tag team matches and shit. I got your back. Why? That's your opponent. I
Right.
don't care if she show up at WrestleMania on a crutch. Nigga, you have you. I'm taking that. You know what I'm saying?
That's something I want. I got to have that.
So I feel that's a big issue in the way that what I mean when I say it's bad build because the characters don't fit the situation. You know what I mean? And it's bad enough that they both play better heels than they do faces as it is. And
Mm-hmm.
it's agreed unanimously that this is a money match, regardless of how I feel about Sasha Banks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because Belair Banks WrestleMania 37 is not looking good at this moment, and it's because of the way that they have been booked since Belair's Royal Rumble win, especially dealing with Nia and them when they got other shit that they could be doing. Now, how do you feel about that?
I have to agree with you wholeheartedly. It's I don't get why you have two opponents that are coming up on the biggest pay per view of the year in any way, shape, form, or fashion on camera at least. Why are they tag teaming? There's no point for that. And the time that you have, and the time you've wasted with them being in the tag team, you could have been building this rivalry. You understand what I'm saying? You could have taken this moment to put Bianca Belair over a strong opponent that y'all built up for her to have a platform to stand on, so she can be like, you know what, she is on her way to WrestleMania. She is gonna put on a good match, and that's gonna make me want to pay to see her. Instead, y'all pissed it away, trying to keep relevant some titles that I also think y'all just need to go ahead and get rid of. If you have no plan for them, get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? You just wasted a whole lot of time on the pay per view. Honestly, that really shouldn't have happened. And I'm not trying to be negative, but I just think that Fastlane at this point in time is pointless. You got WrestleMania coming up. There's no need for a pay per view in the middle of that. You understand what I'm saying? But to end the statement, I have to agree with you. They just wasted a lot of time with this. They could have done something completely different. It'd have been fine as long as you have Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks going at each other for this championship and beefing. That will always be better than them going for that same exact championships and being friends. That's just poor storytelling
Yeah,
right there.
yeah, yeah.
Bad booking.
I just didn't. I don't agree. I think that one of them gonna have to shine, and in my opinion, I already know it. I already feel it's gonna be Belair.
As it
You
should.
know,
I agree with you on that too. It
but
should be Belair. It would just be better.
when it
It
comes,
should be.
yeah, when it comes to Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler, look, we clearly got two contenders. We clearly got a tag team over there that want it, and you can't just go on and ignore the fact that Tamina and Natalia had jumped up in there and smacked half the tag team champions. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they jumped up in the ring and ruined that whole fucking match. To hell with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Mauled everybody. You know what I'm saying? Let's
Yeah.
stop it. Y'all got stuff to do. Y'all just I don't know what y'all. It's a mix. I'm thinking it's a matter of star power. That's the
Mm.
thing. We thinking that WWE thinking like Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler, the tag team champions. Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler are bigger names than, or you people would look to add Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler as bigger names than Natalia and Tamina, Lana and Nate. I don't know why Naomi, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't know why Naomi, but as we discussed, a heel turning Naomi joining the Hurt Business would bring some flavor to her character right about now.
I'd love to see Naomi and Bianca Belair go at it for the championship down the road too later this year. I'd love to see that at SummerSlam. To be honest with
I mean, we'd have to be Survivor Series.
you, what Survivor
It'd have
Series?
to
As
be
long as I
Survivor
see it
Series.
this
If
year,
as
that's
long
what
as they,
championship I got
bro,
to see.
timing and the championship win for Naomi would have to be the real thing about that. But the next match we had was Big E and Apollo, which Big E came out with the win. And I can't just help but feel that this rivalry is over, but I'd be surprised if it continues because it's just I don't know why they did Apollo like.
Let him lose clean too, man.
He lost clean, dude, but I don't know why they made this man change his attitude, his nationality. Like I don't understand why. Well, maybe I'd love to ask him this himself. Paulo, if you see this video, dude, hit us up. You know what I'm saying? Sit down, y'all. We fans just like everybody else, and we got questions that we like. I like to get an answer to. Like, why in the hell are you really Nigerian? One, if you two, if you are Nigerian, why would you let them? Why would you turn him and not let him capitalize on what he just did? I, I don't get you don't want to take nothing from Big E. That's
Mhm.
fine. But that kind of shit is what ignites a blood feud, nigga. You come
Yeah,
through
because
and you
y'all
took
could
my
have
title.
easily had him. Y'all could have easily had Apollo go over here and then put Big E over right back at WrestleMania. Now you got, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Now you can continue that rivalry from there. I beat you for the title. Yeah, well, I beat you right back on the grand stage
Let's
tomorrow.
finish this off at the next big pay per view or some
Yeah,
shit.
let's finish this off at SummerSlam somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Hey, yo,
sorry, I love
Summer,
SummerSlam. Yo, I'm sorry, I just
SummerSlam
do.
is a damn good pay. It's one
You
of
know
my
what I mean?
favorite pay per views too. You know what
It's
I'm
to
saying?
me that's like junior varsity WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's like WrestleMania to summer for
That's
me.
like
So
that's like the WrestleMania, the audition for next year's WrestleMania. That's pretty much, you
exactly.
know
You
what I'm
know what
saying?
I'm
Because you got your Royal Rumble, your WrestleMania, your SummerSlam, your Survivor Series. That's the
saying?
core four. If
Yeah,
you
you
ain't
know what
shining
I'm
at either one of those, you might have a bad year from that, or a bad couple months
saying?
afterwards. You got to put yourself back on that plateau.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. So the next thing we thought we were getting was Strowman and Shane McMahon, but we knew that wasn't gonna happen because that's how the hell was Shane wrestle before WrestleMania?
Or even at all. I don't
Yeah.
even know why this match is even happening, but yeah.
So it didn't happen because Elias was out there at some point, and Shane had let Elias know that he was gonna take his spot. So Strowman just come out there and ate Elias, probably ate Jackson Riker too. And yeah, we will possibly finally get this match at WrestleMania, which this just gives me Kane and Shane vibes all over again.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like I'm almost hoping that it starts to show off, or it's the filler between something that's like, okay, let's get this shit over with, like, because
Yeah.
as you said, why in the hell is Shane even still wrestling again, bro? Like, and of all people, you wrestling against Braun Strowman, you taking time from this man, and you know what I'm saying. Like, I understand that it's some kind of weird beef going on between Drew McIntyre or Bobby Lashley, but I ain't saying that you should throw fucking Braun Strowman in that mix either. You did toss him in the mix to push Bobby over, in a 3 minute match on top of that, nigga.
3 minutes.
You
And
know,
we ain't talking about that former group back in the day.
we talking about a 3 minute match between Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman.
That no, that should be at least 15 to 20 minutes
You
of the
know,
two big bulls
they could
bumping.
have picked anybody else to come through there and get smacked.
I
You
mean,
know,
hell, you could have had Braun Strowman go up against Sheamus. What are you doing with Sheamus right now?
shit. Sheamus
You know
just
what I'm saying? Like you could, there was so much more you could have done. Shane does not even need to be in the ring no more. Put his ass in the back somewhere.
yeah,
Put him
right.
on the shelf. He done.
So yeah, that happened. Whatever. I don't know what the fuck happened. Then we had another thrown together at the last minute ass match between Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura, which Rollins with Shinsuke and Cesaro or were still a tag team, I guess, at some point. I don't know. It was still cool throughout all the shit that they've been through over the last year. Now Shinsuke now coming back to the to the face side, and Cesaro had already made his face, return, and now Seth is their heel, and we get a out of nowhere match between Nakamura and Seth at a pay per view over Cesaro. I don't know what to think it is. It was just thrown together. Rollins picked up a win, but I guess it was a message sent to Cesaro. What the fuck? Cesaro Rollins WrestleMania? Why? Just to have Rollins at WrestleMania?
And just like just to give Rollins a pay per view paycheck real quick. That's the whole reason why that match happened. I mean, I'm just
I
gonna keep
mean,
it
we're
real.
gonna do
Yeah.
get Cesaro getting a check too, but I just feel that this kind of build, or that they building Cesaro to fail again. You pushing him, and we like Cesaro. Every time you giving Cesaro shine, we've always cheered this niggas to
I
you know
would
what I'm
much
saying?
rather, I would much rather Cesaro than Seth Rollins, bro. I'm sorry, but I will say this on record. I've said it many times before. I will say it to the day I die. Seth Rollins is supremely overrated. Weasel face Rollins is supremely overrated. I'm sorry. I would much rather watch. I would pay my own money to watch Cesaro over him, and I would pay my own money to watch Shinsuke over him. I'm sorry, Rollins is supreme. There is nothing in the
Yeah,
ring he can do better than those two guys. And I'm just the two guys I just named. There's a bunch of guys in the back I think better than Rollins too. I think he was just kissing that ass to Triple H for so long. You know what I'm saying? And it just finally paid off. And then notice once he stopped being under Triple H wing, now he
yeah.
became one lost in the shuffle.
I
That's not
think
by there's no such thing as coincidence, y'all.
I kind of
I'm
almost
sorry.
think Triple H took it emotionally to heart when he had to pedigree Seth Rollins to get to crown Kevin Owens as the Universal Champion. I
Mm-hmm.
kind of think that kind of hurt him. It was like Vince was probably like, "Yeah, you gonna be the one to do it." Nigga, what? You're gonna
Well, me,
you're gonna be the one to drive the nail in his coffin, the knife in his back. Some
you're
friend
gonna
you
be the
are,
one.
Hunter.
You're gonna be the one to put the shovel in him.
Yeah,
No,
right. You gonna be he gonna you gonna be the one to demote that nigga to B level. Nigga, the B card. You know the B card. You know, we got a spot for you. But then he managed to get his way, work his way back up into the spotlight, just to prove that he really did not need a championship because he's just. Don't get me wrong, the man can wrestle.
yeah, he can wrestle. Yeah, of
You're
course.
good, but you don't need a title. And if you needed a title, you need a B class title, bro. That's what makes y'all better. The Intercontinental title made you better. The Intercontinental title made Shelton Benjamin better. The Intercontinental title can make Big E better. It can if it's booked right, man. You got to be booking them Intercontinental. Those titles are meant to raise and elevate. Back then, they used to do that. When you was a United States champion or you was an Intercontinental champion, nigga, you put on the best matches because you were fighting to get to the top. You were fighting to get that next level. I want to be in a world title match of this caliber. But then
Yeah,
you get there and you don't even get the caliber. You got the match, but you ain't got the caliber. And that's
but
how it was for Rollins. Go ahead.
But see, here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. That's just a testament to in my opinion, that's just a testament to the wrestlers of nowadays. Everybody wants to be world champion. Nobody want to build themselves up no more. Everybody just want to go straight to the top. Nobody want to go through the hardships. Nobody want to go on because there is a way to build yourself up through a losing streak. Look what they doing with Jungle Boy over in AEW. He losing now, but guarantee in 3 to 4 years, watch him start
It's not
picking up
gonna matter.
victory after victory after victory, and people gonna look back at these times and be like, you know what, damn. I remember that journey when this motherfucker could almost get a win, but just never could. Now all of a sudden, the people he couldn't beat 4 or 5 years ago, now he beating them. Nobody wants to do that anymore, especially in WWE. Everybody go there with the mindset, and it's not entirely their fault because you got to think when they sign a lot of these guys are already in the prime of their lives, the prime of their career. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't sign the guys I mean, they have not recently, but they didn't sign with this class of guys they got on the main roster now. They didn't sign those guys when they were in their late 20s, and you know what I'm saying. They signed these guys when they were world champions already somewhere else. You understand what I'm saying? They weren't mid carders anywhere else. They were already world champions everywhere else. So it's hard to ask them to go from being a world champion and being a world star, not world star hip hop, but being a star, being a star around the world everywhere else to now being relegated to the sideline to now being relegated to just being a B plus player now. You understand what I'm saying? So that partially goes on WWE, but that also goes on the wrestler too, bro. Like you got to know that just because you accomplish this here, you're not gonna be that here. Just because it's a bunch of guys that's been world champion everywhere else they've been. You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta it's like you can't. Everybody can't be world champion. You understand what I'm saying? And if you can't be world champion right now, take take that intercontinental champion and show, hey, it don't matter if you put a championship on me or not. I can still rise to the top. You understand what I'm saying? But people don't want to take that. They look at it as like, oh well, I'm just gonna be another one of the guys now because I got take that opportunity and run and take it and run with that shit. They don't do that no more.
Yeah. So, like I said, that's about that with the other matches. Now let's get to the meat and potatoes of the pay per view.
I
We're gonna
like
start
it.
off with I like meat potatoes, boy. Little meat, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's
Like,
up.
we gonna start off with one yet the second outing. I wouldn't mind seeing these dudes do this shit again. The second outing of McIntyre Sheamus,
Mm.
and it was just as like, bro, what they did at ringside, what they did on Monday Night Raw a couple of weeks ago, paled in comparison to what they did last night. I'm talking about, nigga, when I say that Vince had to have just been either crazy or it might have been somebody else's idea, and he probably was in his office just enjoying the match and probably spit all over his monitor when he seen what they did. And he was, what the fuck? Who did this? Who told him to go through those thunder? We let him wrestle out there. We don't let him go through screens. Those are $1,000 screens. These boys knocked over 4 sets of screens. I know whoever those fans was that was on the back on the monitors was probably like, yeah, Sheamus threw me up on a lawsuit. I got thrown into it. Fucking Sheamus come crashing down on the back of my neck. Dude, you wasn't even there. I was on that screen, dude. I mean, so what? It wasn't you physically. Dude,
I got hurt virtually, so I want to do what the hell, bro? Like,
you know what I'm saying, bro? It was a crazy match. It was out there. Them boys was killing each other. It was a damn good match. You know, of course, I don't know. At some point, I felt, Sheamus is a surpriser. That boy come out of nowhere and just win a match and be like, God damn. You know, and I thought for some moments that was what was going to happen, but Drew picked it up, and surprisingly he won it even though he still keep thigh slapping, he didn't get the win with that move. He got the win with a future shot on the side of the announce table. Sheamus brought in a piece of the announce table that they completely demolished throughout the match, and he got the future shot on him, and it felt like an end of a rivalry. And that's what I enjoyed about that. Those two men, no title involved. They put on damn good matches. It was a story behind it. Kind of lackluster story, but a story nonetheless that played out right there. And Sheamus and McIntyre, that's it. That's done. I wouldn't be surprised if Sheamus showed back up in McIntyre's future or whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if Sheamus remained in the title picture.
Costing that match at WrestleMania.
But yeah, it was a brutal match. I actually thought that it was to the point where, when you look at, you remember when Triple H fucked up and Jericho fucked up Triple H's leg, and you can kind of see that in Triple H, he was like, God damn, like he knew he was hurt. Fuck, you know what I'm saying? And that's how Sheamus was, and I was like, bro, I wonder if this boy actually blew his hip out last night, like, because after Solar, both of them was like holding like on their back, like. But Sheamus could literally, he was like, he had to literally pull himself up. And when he did, nigga, he was hitting the barricade like, God damn it, man, I'm fucking hurt for real. Finish this match though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a good match though. I don't know if he was hurt or not, but had me believing it. I was like, damn, I'm sitting here in the chair like. Yeah, right. And that's the kind of matches that I like to see, and that's the kind of fan that I am. My grandmother, she was a wrestling fan. She is a wrestling fan. How much it was like she did. She is a wrestling fan, and she would take when we would go and watch wrestling movie. Like we went and watched No Holds Barred in theaters. I remember her taking me to go watch No Holds Barred with Hulk Hogan and Zeus in theaters. Bro, we in them motherfucking theater, and when Hulk Hogan and them getting going on, Hulk Hogan and Zeus getting going at it, and she and that bitch screaming, "Ow! Get him, baby!" Mom, this movie is supposed to win. Come on, girl. Man, fuck it. Get that nigga Hulk! Get him! You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna tell her to shut up, so shit. They got to get in there too, Said that one of my fondest memories with me and my grandma. My grandma, when we watch wrestling, she be into it. Even when we sitting at home and I'm on there, you Stone Cold come out there and get the whooping everybody's ass.
No.
She give it to her, babe. Give her one more, motherfucker. Oh, my grandma was out there, bro. For real, dude. She loved her some wrestling, and I love watching wrestling with her. But she just like anybody else. She may have been older, but she saw the product for what it was. She lost interest in it after so long, dude. Uninteresting characters, uninteresting matches. Some shit probably draw her back in, but that's the kind of match I know she would have been up and going crazy about. Straight up. So Sheamus and McIntyre, congratulations, man. Sheamus, you always been one of my favorites since you dogged out old boy when you first got there. Injury backstage that nigga for the rest of his career. What was the dude name? Jamie Noble. You
1.5 for Jay and Jason.
You been my boy since you backstage that nigga since your debut, so yeah. Cause that was a good
Sheamus is
match,
very
man.
underrated. Sheamus is very underrated. Very
What's
underrated.
your take on that match, man?
Man, I already knew it was gonna be a hard hitting affair, man. Because I think a lot of people sleep on Sheamus. I do have Sheamus being in the WWE Hall of Fame in the next 10 years or so. I really do. He's been very underrated in his career, bro. Like you gotta understand his first year in the business, he beat John Cena for the world title.
Table
You
match. Remember
understand what
that?
I'm saying? Yeah, like dude's been on the roll his entire career. He's beaten guys like John Cena, like he's gone to war with guys like Triple H. You understand?
He
He's
destroys
gone to
Roman
war.
Reigns.
He's beaten Roman Reigns for the title. Like, bro, he's taking out some of the biggest names in this company's history. You understand what I'm saying? Going up against some of the biggest, beating some of the biggest, a 5, 6 time world champion in his own right. You understand what I'm saying? He's won damn near every title there is to win. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he is. If he's not already, he's on his way to being a Grand Slam
Yeah,
champion.
he's been a tag team champion in the
He's been
Intercontinental. I
tag
don't know
team.
if he's been an Intercontinental.
He won the United States
I
Championship.
know he's been a United States champ. I think
He's
that
won. Has he
Intercontinental
won the
championship.
Intercontinental
I
Championship?
don't think so.
I
I
think
think
that's
that's
the
the
only
only
one he's
one
got
he ain't
left.
got because he was
And
the
tell me he can't go win
WWE.
that month.
Oh, I don't know if he ever been Universal either.
Well, he's been
He's
world
been
champion.
WWE champion.
He's been WWE champion.
And
So
in that
that
company,
counts.
that's being the face of the company. So
Yeah. So he's done that several times. So yeah, he's very underrated, bro. Like I hope this is not the end for him. I wouldn't mind seeing him for another couple years. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm very happy for him, man. Great match. Yeah, that's all I really got to say about that, man. That's a great match. I'm not disappointed at all that match stole the show. I'm not surprised at all, in the slightest.
so you said you mentioned the word Hall of Fame earlier. Let's just touch on some things that I've heard here lately about the Hall of Fame. And one thing that caught my attention more than Bischoff going in was who was being taken out. Batista is apparently being taken out of the Hall of Fame.
There's many different stories you can come up with that.
That happened, and maybe we touch on that in another video. Maybe touch on that afterwards, but I'll look it up real quick and make sure that's what I saw. But I know that I see, or it was a video. It was on one of the video. I think it was WrestleMania, because I was only interested in what happened to Randy Orton. And shout out, I want to say my condolences to Randy Orton for losing his uncle, who used to be what was his name? Was it Bob? Was it Bob? No.
No, Bob was.
It was Randall Orton. Randall Orton. So yeah, his dad's brother says, my condolences for your loss, Randy, man. Yeah, I know what it's like to lose a loved one. So yeah, so you're sorry about your loss, man. But yeah, I saw that Batista was then taken out of the Hall of Fame. And I don't know why. I'm gonna have to go do some research on that. But yeah, that I did hear. But yeah. On to the next bit of interesting. Well, not so interesting. That shit was weak. That return, the return of Freddy the Fiend Krueger. You know what I'm saying? Come up there. So we get our match between Alexa Bliss and Randy Orton, the first ever intergender match, which WWE had took a stance against even trying to do. They tried it plenty of other times with Nia being in the Rumble, but those are typical Rumble antics. We've seen that over the years. We've seen Beth Phoenix enter the Men's Rumble. We've seen Santino enter the Women's Royal Rumble. You know what I'm saying?
In China going to Royal Rumble before.
Well, not Santino per se, but we've seen Santino enter a women's affair. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But last night we had another intergender match between, and it wasn't even really that kind of a match. It was more of I thought it would be, a segment. Randy gets in the mat into the ring first, and he does his little entrance, a classic Randy entrance with the sparklers falling down and shit. For some reason, he's using this again. So as he's up on the ropes doing his thing, he gets spitting up this black shit again. You know what I'm saying? And then he starts to flipping out, get him a towel, wiping stuff out of his mouth, gets back in the ring. He comes Alexa. She gets in the ring, and the bell gets rung. Then here comes the show. He fire coming out of the ring. Him trying to charge at Alexa, hitting the ring, the corner post and shit. She falling out of the ring, her taunting him around the ring. Fucking scaffolding from the damn ceiling just falls. And then it hits him. It's like, seriously? Ain't no way in hell that shit fell that fast from way up there. You know what I'm saying? It's like they had something hovering on the outer camera view, and it's just like she looks up and it falls. And it's some old ass scaffolding. And who the hell got lights like this anymore?
You're
You know what
right.
I'm saying? Like, so she ends up getting back in the ring and stuff, and she slings another fireball his way like she did the first time, and this time he just barely dodges it and shit. You know what I mean?
Is this Mortal Kombat, bro?
Bro, yeah. So he stands up and he's like, all right, all right. He gets to coming at her, and when he stands up, this burnt glove, half a burnt glove and a burnt whole arm, come out of the ring, Kane style, and grabs Randy Orton's ankle, and Randy just he shakes it off and stands over, turns his back on Alexa, and out crawls the Fiend. And you've seen the pictures online. I don't have one on hand at the moment to pull one up, but you've seen the pictures. The dude looked like it was a cross between the Fiend and Bray Wyatt. He had on like what would appear to look like a vest that was made like leather and whatnot, but it was kind of burned as well. And then he looked like he had on the sweater, like a sweater that he would have wore. The mask looked like a burnt Barbie doll face. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just I don't. And then on top of that, I don't know. So Alexa pushes him, Randy, a shocked Randy, into the Fiend, who hits him with the Sister Abigail, and then she straddles this man and gets the 1, 2, 3. She didn't pin him like she could. She didn't pin him like she just could have laid across his shoulders and that'd have been it. No, no, no. She had to get on top of him, like she was getting into it. They like, hey, you know what I'm saying? And then he come to Fiend, stands behind her, and she doing the Fiend thing, the Great Wide thing, like this, and smiling like she had. Like I said before, it looked at me, and you take it how you want. I'm just calling it how I seen it. It didn't have to end that way, but y'all chose to end it sexually. So yeah, it looked like to me that she was having the best orgasm of her life. And Randy's head was to the side, so nigga, he probably was kind of. you know, you know what I'm saying? He probably just give her a little thrust. You feel that steam heat, girl?
Feel that vapor.
Man, they professionals, man. We know they are. So I'm joking. All
Just
right,
happened.
but that's how it ended. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it felt like that Bray Wyatt coming back in this form is more like we getting a fucking like a zombie Fiend. Like I don't understand. Is he being controlled? He felt like a golem. He felt like he was her golem, like she controlling him. Nigga, she didn't brought him back from the dead or whatever using some kind of power, so she has control over him. She's the one in control of the Fiend. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on. I don't know. And I don't want this. I don't want this. And I don't know who does. I'm not feeling the setup. I'm not feeling the thing. Bring back Bray Wyatt. Cold leader. We don't have anybody to pair him up with. He don't need anybody right now. He could be doing what you trying to do with Rollins. Rollins over here trying to be a messiah while he over here trying to build the cult of the evil. Whatever.
Imagine trying to be a messiah with no disciples. What kind of
What?
bullshit?
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you got Buddy Murphy back, man. Leave that man alone. Let his career grow, man. He can be out there putting on matches with fucking Riddle. You know what I'm saying? Or giving us good matches.
Hell, if y'all need somebody to put with Bray Wyatt, you got Braun Strowman over there getting slimed on
Give
like
him
it's a
back,
fucking kid choice
bro.
for some shit.
Like, man, I do like, bro.
Hell, don't you got Bronson Reed down there too? Big boy with the mustard with the bit. There you go. There you go. Bro, come on now.
Bro, I'm telling you, I just wasn't feeling it. That's why when I seen him, I was like, oh my God. Is this motherfucker Freddy Cougar now? Freddy the Fiend Krueger, dude. That's what we got going on. It ain't even cool. I swear to God, I thought he was gonna hop up out that motherfucker. Surprise, bitches. Bro, this motherfucker hop out of there because typical Fiend shit. Yeah, that's right. I'm back and I'm burnt. Sister Abigail, and I'm just gonna stand here. You could at least put some makeup around the inside of that eye so we couldn't have seen flesh.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you trying to get this up close shot of him and you ruining it because you didn't actually do what you need to do to make it look like it's supposed to look. I'm not down with the oh yeah, now you done brought him back and this is how he look and he was burnt from what you did to him at the Royal Rumble or whatever the hell that was. You did it to him at, TLC, I think. Yeah, it was
Mm.
TLC is when you did it, you burn him. Like, stop, bro.
They probably gonna have some kind of weird ass demonic segment where they restore this nigga skins or some
Yeah,
shit like
like
that. That's
I'm telling you, bro. Like I'm not. You So, yeah, on to the next match, which is what I dub as a controversial finishing match because
to say the least.
not only was this match, I spent the first 10 to 15 minutes of this match crying my eyes out from laughter at how Daniel Bryan was completely. I felt, and I'm gonna say this right off the bat so I can set the tone for how I felt about this match. I felt like I was watching William Regal versus Goldberg all over again. When
For
William
you
Regal
youngsters out there that don't know what that is, go Google that match, go YouTube that match, and you know exactly what he's talking about.
Now it ain't no secret that Goldberg ain't got no wrestling ability probably whatsoever. Spear, jackhammer, done. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a few
Your jackhammer
impactful
scream.
spinning moves, a power slam or two. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Every big man do. Every man like him gonna do a running power slam style type move or some shit. He had some slams, but to put on an actual wrestling match, he could not do.
No.
Regal exposed that in that match. He out wrestled the shit out of Goldberg. And it made Goldberg look like he did all that hype Goldberg had running through niggas. Really, he wasn't running through Regal, and it was Regal at the time. Regal. And Regal wasn't a top star at the time.
Oh, and
So
just because he wasn't no top star, don't mean
don't
something
mean
bitch
that,
can
yeah.
fight. We talking about bare knuckle Regal, boy.
This
Bare
was
knuckle can tell
Regal
your ass
is
up.
I put Regal on the class with Finley in them. You know what I'm saying? Like them some
Mm-hmm.
of the best brawling wrestlers, technical wrestlers. And on top of that, that you
Some
can run
technical
up
wrestlers
against.
that can brawl and hit
Yeah.
your ass in the mouth with a closed fist.
So yeah, that's what I just watching this match felt like for like the first 15 minutes of me. Daniel Bryan running circles around him. I sent you the little clip of it last night.
Mm-hmm.
That was Roman Reigns looking like a bully. They're just too slow to catch the little kid who's stinging him. Ha! What? Ha! Ha! Roman Reigns like, start running from the table. It was just funny, dude. The match was hilarious. I'm like, bro, I feel like Daniel Bryan is doing more than just wrestling Roman Reigns right now. I feel like he out here playing a game. Like, nigga, this is who y'all want y'all main champion to be. Like
Is
this
this your
boy, I'm
king?
finna out wrestle this nigga, and you know, he know it, you know it, they know it. Now I'm about to show it, and he did just that last night. He wrestled Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns couldn't do nothing but rely on him. And you, of course, it was going to be that kind of dynamic. Well, Daniel Bryan was going to show how good he truly is, and then Roman Reigns was going to show how powerful he is, because that's pretty much all he had was the power game over Daniel. But Daniel was doing the smart thing. Then you know how Daniel one of them technical risks. I get worked over and let you work and wear yourself out, working me over. It was
Mm-hmm.
a good back and forth match. Don't get me wrong, the match got good because there was a dynamic there. You had Daniel Bryan clearly working this man. Now let's see if Roman's power can really mean anything. But here's what I was looking at from a booking standpoint. Ain't no way in hell that I can allow that. Ain't no way in hell that I would allow Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan, well, Roman Reigns to go into a main event at WrestleMania with just Edge. You gonna need some other kind of a wrestling dynamic in there, dude.
Because Roman gonna fuck around and drop this man on his neck.
You know what I'm saying? So you gonna need something in there, and I think that that's what we got last night because Daniel Bryan. I like how they kept giving you this very audible. You could hear everything that they were saying in the ring, which is why I was like Roman Reigns. I felt like I was watching a porn. You know what I'm saying? When it came to dealing with Roman Reigns, because the way he was talking, you know how he already tried to talk with that. Yeah, I'm head of the table. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really want to try this with me? Huh? I'm like, Roman, are you trying to have
Yep.
sex with this nigga or are you trying to beat him up? Who do you think you are, huh? I'm head of the table. Say my name. Look into the camera and say my name.
That dollar store Jason Momoa is
Yeah,
already
bro.
Roman Reigns. Dollar store Jason Momoa.
So yeah, it's a lot of talk, but you also got Daniel Bryan who responded and telling them, "Nigga, yeah, you gonna break, you gonna break, and you gonna tap, you go break, and I'm gonna break you." That's how Daniel Bryan kept saying to this dude, that bro. So they carry the match carrying on, Roman dropping bombs, Daniel taking them, but then when Daniel started doing his thing, like it kept Corey Graves kept emphasizing it. Daniel Bryan got an arsenal of submission holds. You know what I'm saying? And you better believe that we got to see this. Man, I'm talking about he was like a snake crawling around Roman Reigns at times, bro. You know, and he just kept right now. He's favoring the yes lock, so he would lock Roman Reigns in there. He locked him into that bitch like 3 times, bro. 3 different times. I'm talking about like fucking 3 minutes at a time for each. Yeah, with this thing to the point where Roman Reigns was so locked into it, he had to get some. He had the 1993 Nike pump that bicep just to get. Bro, I'm talking about. He came about that bitch, nigga. I was like, bro, did this nigga just air pump? He did that and then went for a power bomb. He was like, all of it still just bragging. So yeah, man, the referee Daniel Bryan ends up picking up a chair, taking out the ref. Well, no, and Daniel Bryan goes for that running knee and took out the ref. And this ref took a hit. Oh, hit. Now I was like, damn, did he hit him for real, man? Done. Which basically made Edge get involved in the match because you need that enforcer. So he gets in, counts to 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns talking that sex talk to Edge. Oh, you want to get in here and see? Get a front row seat. Oh, I'm gonna whoop your ass at WrestleMania. That's right. And you, who do you think you are? Why aren't you taking this dick from the head of the table? Huh? That's exactly how this sounded. I'm like, bro, why you making this shit so personal, Roman? Are you trying to embarrass the head of the table, nigga? You should be embarrassed. I mean, you literally had the Nike pump your fucking. This is what I'm thinking. Why this man, bro? You not a good wrestler, man. I'm just we just call it like it is. So yeah, he get the raining bombs around on fucking Bryan again, bro, and he drops that one bomb that get his ass locked into a triangle choke. Once again, nigga, he was in triangle choke for about a minute, nigga. About a minute and a half, at least. He comes Jey Uso, well, of course. Give a straight super kick to Edge, a super kick to Daniel Bryan. Try to wake up Roman, who about passed out. You know, because he didn't had the yes lock popped in on his ass one more time. I think he locked that bitch in on his ass 4 times that match. Cause that last day, I'm talking about with that one right there, Roman was trying to power out again. That boy started giving them cross faces.
Across the day.
That boy, Roman sleep, nigga. That nigga put it in again. He your eyes open, nigga. Daniel was beating. Roman took a beating last night as if he was taking a beating from Braun Strowman from Daniel Bryan, dude.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's how. But it wasn't the throw on your ass and get shit. It was literally this nigga got broken and worn down. Submission hold after submission hold after submission hold. Dude, I'm like, bro, ain't no way in hell this boy ain't telling it. He telling everybody this cat is weak. This Roman Reigns.
He let my little ass just run through him like that. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. We all knew this man ain't happening. We knew this man didn't happen.
So after the Jey Uso gets to the chair and tries to go in on Daniel. Daniel gets up, laying his ass out with a knee, and wail on his ass with the chair a couple times, and decides, you know what? I'm gonna try to hit Roman Reigns with this chair. Takes a swing, misses, hit Edge. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so I got that. I'm assuming after. Oh yeah, then he ate a Superman punch after that. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of thought that it was finna end on some bullshit, but then here you go. He come running in with that spear. Daniel Bryan doing Daniel Bryan shit, nigga. Whoop, whoop, Black Widow type shit. Next day, another yes locking in on this nigga. Another minute and a half, nigga. I'm telling you, then he tried to reach out to the rope. So Daniel rolled his ass over to the middle of the ring. Nigga, oh, goddamn, bro, stop. So, dude, Roman looking over at Paul Heyman's eyes, just nigga, look at the look on Roman's face was pure pass out time, nigga. Like, nigga, this is what you seen, nigga. And nigga, oh, nigga, that's all you can see. Paul Heyman, you see Paul and like, I don't know what you're gonna have to tap out or you're gonna have to go to sleep. Either way, you're gonna lose the title. So the nigga tap lightly, but he tapped it.
One of them when Chris Benoit had the Rock locked up for that long. He
Yeah, that's what it was. Nigga, it was that boy.
You got it, bro. You got it. Just please let me go.
That's exactly what we got. Then Edge comes, smack Daniel Bryan with the chair, beat down Roman with the chair, beat down Daniel with the chair. Got a glimpse of old Edge.
Mm-hmm.
Smart moment. Jumped out of the ring, and that's when another ref decides he want to slide down into the ring, and Roman calls over there for the weakest pin. 1, 2, 3, and it was like, yeah, triple threat WrestleMania.
You got to.
It's triple threat WrestleMania because nigga, you tapped that with that ending from that shit from Edge was unbiased, nigga. He attacked both of y'all, nigga. Yeah, we got beef that needs settled. To hell with this. And like I said before, ain't no way after watching the first half of this match, ain't no way in hell we gonna be able to let Roman Reigns go in on a 1-on-1 match with Edge. It's just like Edge may have the Edge may be able to carry, but we've seen what happens when somebody got to carry Roman. Undertaker, Roman. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, to be honest, I'd have much rather seen Daniel Bryan and Edge go at it for the World Championship for all that, but I know they want something to do with Roman Reigns.
They want Roman Reigns in this match because he gonna take the win, and I think that he gonna take the win, and I think Daniel gonna take the loss.
Daniel gonna take the loss from either Edge or Daniel's in there to take the loss.
Yeah.
He there to make the match more interesting, but he's there to take the pin.
But that's why I also said that I believe that I was watching a match that was that Daniel Bryan was on his way out of the WWE. Some people think that he might be going backstage. I don't think Daniel Bryan wants to be a backstage man right now. I think Daniel Bryan still got, he said he don't have many WrestleManias left. That was probably a clue. That was probably a clue that he said that he might still want to wrestle, but he don't want to wrestle at the level he's wrestling at now. He wants to wrestle at a level that they're wrestling at over on AEW. With that being said, I believe that if this is Daniel Bryan's farewell road, that this WrestleMania will be Daniel Bryan's last WrestleMania. He'll show up sometime later this year, December, fall season, at AEW under the name Bryan Danielson. His real name. I pass it to you, sir.
Would be a very interesting dynamic to see. I mean, because we've seen it already happen this year with Christian. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not it's not far fetched.
And Big Show.
And the Big Show. So you know what I mean? Like just like I said.
And we may be seeing it with Batista since they want to pull him out the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I was just gonna say on that. That's weird. Is that them just not agreeing that he wants to be in there, or is that him saying I feel like I could still go in there and wrestle?
I think there's some kind of controversy behind it.
So
it's got to be. I ain't read the story, but I will update y'all on it. But go on.
And it wouldn't surprise me if we mess around and see that as a match or a storyline come up soon. But if not, and there be some backstage stuff, that could be Dave Bautista saying, you know what, I don't want nothing to do with this company. I just want to be just Hollywood, or I'm going over here to AEW where I can, you know what I'm saying, be who I want to be and not be who y'all want me to be, which is clearly not the answer.
Yeah.
But as far as Daniel Bryan goes, bro, I don't see him in the ring, 6-7 years from now. But I think what he's got left, I know damn well he don't want to spend it in WWE not accomplishing anything.
Putting over talent that don't deserve it.
Over Jericho Fandango at WrestleMania 29. That is right there is the prime example I go to every single time. There was no reason why that this man Fandango shouldn't be one, you know what I'm saying, at least somebody at least talked about all the time. If you were gonna have a Hall of Famer like Chris Jericho, put that man over on that stage. Just for him to do nothing since then. You understand what I'm saying? And that was 7-8 years ago.
Yep.
And that man has done nothing since then. Look what Jericho's accomplished.
Back on NXT, and I don't even think he's back over there no more.
like, and it makes no sense. You understand what I'm saying? I think Daniel Bryan sees that, and he's like, bro, I'm not about that life. You know what I'm saying? So if I am gonna put over some talent, I'm gonna put over some talent that's gonna be worth it, like a Darby Allin, like a Scorpio Sky. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna go put over talent like a Brian Cage.
I
You
think it's
understand what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I think it's
I'm
just
gonna
a
go
matter
over
of
there.
who he's wrestling too. Like I say, I
Yeah,
think he wants to wrestle a better class of wrestler.
yeah. He want
He
to
want to
wrestle
wrestle
wrestlers,
somebody
not
who wants to perform, not somebody
yeah.
who's being, who don't know how to perform.
Yeah, I want to wrestle actual wrestlers and performers, not these pretty boys that are impersonating them.
Yeah,
You
I
understand what
don't
I'm
think.
saying?
Yeah, and I also don't believe it's just like I say. I do really believe it's just a matter of the performance for Daniel.
I don't even think it's personal against
Yeah,
WWE or anything like that. Though WWE is going to take it that way because they salty about everything that's not about them. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't think it's even personal. Like he's got a personal beef with anybody. I could be wrong, but
yeah.
I just think it's got him. You know what? I want to finish my career off doing what I love and not doing what y'all tell me to do, and then I'm hating to come to work every day. You
And it's
understand what I'm
and I
saying?
and that's good. And it's good that you say. I'm glad you brought that up. That it ain't personal with WWE because you can't deny that Daniel Bryan career didn't soar in the WWE. I
Yeah.
mean, the Yes Movement, y'all, yeah, of course. But a lot of wrestlers' careers have soared in y'all's company, and look what y'all done to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Look who like y'all brought some names up into the light, and people actually like them. But then y'all turn around and where are they now?
CM Punk.
You know what I'm
Ain't
saying?
seen him in the ring since.
And then for what reason? Because he up and told the truth on one of y'all on a flagship of y'all company show, your flagship show of y'all company. He told he went out and let y'all know how it is. What I see other people that with shades of CM Punk in them, Ali. You know what I'm saying? Like who want to Sami Zayn. Who's trying to recruit Kevin Owens? Who Kevin Owens feel like? And come on now,
Yeah.
you,
Oh
you
yeah.
know Kevin Owens feel it. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
so it's this conspiracy thing. I wouldn't be surprised they came up with some kind of stable, this conspiracy squad. Nigga, they get to take it out all the motherfuckers who getting favored. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, dude, it's I don't know. I would like to see Daniel Bryan do what he likes to do and not have to do it because he's being told to do it. I think that I know they know who else could they have put in the spot of Daniel Bryan right now who would have been
AJ
good enough.
Styles.
I'm talking about on the show
Oh, on the
or on
show.
SmackDown, like
Oh,
on
on the SmackDown.
SmackDown, like given that SmackDown's roster because they are just SmackDown, but given that they got plenty of talent across the WWE to do it, who else on SmackDown that's a top player could they have put in this match that they hadn't used already? I mean, Kevin Owens
Nobody.
had history in that.
Nobody.
You know, Daniel Bryan was the only other big star that y'all could have done, and that's why y'all got Edge over here taking on fucking Roman Reigns instead
There
of
ain't no star
anybody
power
else.
over there.
Yeah.
Ain't no star power over there on SmackDown.
Y'all may have good. Y'all don't have. Ain't no star power that y'all want to shine on. Let's just say that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because there is star power. It's just none that y'all want to
None
give a
that
shit.
y'all want to shine the light on
Yeah.
right now. Because then it'll just to you it'll feel like another thing. No real build, no real anything for Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. With at least Edge winning the Royal Rumble, you knew you had something to do with him because you got a lot of stars. You got enough star power on Raw to make something happen with the WWE Championship. Plus, you already knew you was giving Drew McIntyre another shot back at the championship. So yeah,
And Seth Rollins didn't make any sense for you fanboys out there. Seth
not right
Rollins
now.
makes no sense at all right now. No.
Because
So,
Seth Rollins healed and he healed, and though Seth
so
Rollins clearly said something about it when he first came back, even though he did say he specified himself as the savior of SmackDown.
mhm.
That you figured Roman Reigns would have had beef with that, but he didn't. So yeah,
So let me just shoot that down right there because I know y'all gonna come in the comments. Is Seth Rollins? No, that ain't no.
feel free to drop down in the comments on whatever who y'all think could have been in this spot or how this could have turned out. But right now, as it stands, the best option they got is Daniel Bryan, and that's too good of an option for to considering who's in the picture. Daniel Bryan definitely might be able to out wrestle Edge, but Edge just has that edge. Edge is just Edge. You know what I'm saying? Edge has ability in the ring to hold his own. Edge and Daniel Bryan would have definitely been a better match than Roman Reigns. Him fucking Edge, even Roman Reigns, even being in the match is just gonna be. He's just gonna be the power game of the match.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're gonna have Edge who's gonna be able to get on his level, but not as strong. He ain't as strong as Roman. That's what these are the things that they're gonna take into account. And you got your little guy, the underdog, who always has been an underdog in his career. You know, but I don't know, man. WrestleMania 37 is on the horizon. We on the road tonight. We'll see what's gonna happen. Uh, Monday Night Raw. Bobby Lashley finally gonna stand in the ring and spit in Drew McIntyre's moat. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I will be watching and we will be talking about that as well. So, anything else you want to add, my guy?
That's about it, man. Just we on the road to WrestleMania, man. Let's hope they make it a good one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I be the Beanie Guy. This is my co-host, Realm of Rage TV. Check him out. I leave a link in the description. Rage King. You want to say anything to your fans, man? Let y'all already know the do. Subscribe. The button right there. Don't be fucking around. Subscribe. You know, hit that bell for notifications so you know when we drop, when we upload and whatever. But yeah, I really want to stream. You know what I'm saying? I was on the stream over here, man. I just can't stop. Every time I start up a stream, I always end up over on Twitch. You know, I don't know. Yeah, just you know what's up, man. If y'all want to, y'all drop y'all's comments down below. Let us know what y'all think. Get in on the conversation. You know, because these are just our opinions. So we hope that we ain't hurting nobody's feelings. We know y'all softer than fresh baked muffins these days. So you know, yeah, that's gonna be the end of the show. Hope y'all enjoyed it. You know, we catch up with y'all later on. Peace.
Peace.